Today is a very special day. I'm driving an electric Jaguar that I'm not ashamed to say is way faster than my F-Type. This is the 2019 I-PACE. It's not a family sedan, it's not a sports car, it's not a normal luxury car. This is a Tesla contender, and the person that wants to buy one of these is willing to spend big, likes to drive fast, and is willing to sacrifice all the many conveniences of a normal gas-powered car. It's also the first luxury EV to seriously challenge Tesla. EVs from Porsche, Mercedes-Benz, Cadillac, they're not on sale yet. The I-PACE is on sale nationwide. It promises more than 230 miles of range, 0 to 60 in 4.5 seconds, and a level of technology that's supposed to make electric driving enjoyable instead of stressful. Over the next few minutes, you'll find out whether the I-PACE delivers on those promises of speed and tech, and whether I can make it home at the end of this video. The I-PACE is part sedan, part crossover. A humongous battery pack stuffed into the floor eats up lots of cabin space in a conventional car, but a taller vehicle can hide that bulk. That, and well, everyone's buying an SUV, so it's easy to understand why Jaguar went with this body style. The rear end is squared off to reduce drag and increase efficiency. Compared to the F-PACE and the XF Sport Brake, it's not an attractive rear, particularly for a Jaguar, but my eyes wander all over this body, and as a whole, it is a handsome thing. Here's how we spec an I-PACE. White on black 20-inch wheels, blacked out trim, and the interior, red, black, and a tan headliner. Now, at CarGurus, we'd recommend buying an HSE trim like our test car, fitted with many options, including the ventilated sport seats and a head-up display. Now, all told, that stickers for about 90 grand. Pretty expensive, but when you consider that a car like this is so unique, you really want to show it off. And with this interior especially, you want those options because you want it to feel special. So in this case, that high price is definitely worth it. There are more visual and technical treats. The front incorporates an S-duct, where air channels through the top of the grille and curves upward and out through this vent. That's a Formula One trick to improve downforce at higher speeds, and it helps to smooth the airflow over the car. There's a cutout in the roof to allow air underneath the rear spoiler. The door handles retract, and the air suspension has 3 heights, which can make the I-PACE look tall like a dune buggy or low like a sleek sports car. Aside from this badge, there's no grand announcement that this Jaguar is electric, and I prefer it that way. The I-PACE has a futuristic flow inside. A steering wheel with backlit controls, a thin center console with just 2 dials and a couple switches, an expansive curved glass roof that's always open, digital screens everywhere, and these bucket seats that look like they were pulled out of a race car. A synthetic leather is standard, while 2 other grades of leather are optional. So is cloth. Our I-PACE has a micro suede headliner, rich leather on the armrest, and better build quality than most of Jaguar's lineup. But for 90 grand, I don't get any soft leather on the top of the doors or on the dash. That's another option. And there's also some hard plastic down by my knee when it should be padded. But overall, it feels special inside. These climate controls change function whether you twist, push, or pull them. The climate control can sense how many people are sitting in the car and adjust that for up to 4 zones. Say you only want to heat up the seat back instead of the cushion, just tap below. Every seat is comfortable and roomy, but the rear seats are smart. These lights by the door handles warn when a car is passing outside, and that's a good thing because the back window is like a porthole and distorts the outside view. The driver will have to rely on the backup camera, but at least there's substantial cargo room back there. The I-PACE's capacity measures 25.3 cubic feet with all seats up. With those seats folded, it expands to 51. The I-PACE is fully electric, no gas, no plug-in hybrid. It has a 90 kilowatt-hour battery and 2 electric motors, 1 on each axle for all-wheel drive. Makes 394 horsepower and 512 pound-feet of torque. And that torque, it comes on like a shot. From a stop and from medium speeds, the I-PACE flat-out catapults. There's no shifting gears because it's got a direct drive transmission. All Jaguars drive smoothly, but the I-PACE is really creamy and smooth. It's like slathering hot melted butter over warm toast. Now, all the usual driving modes are here. There's eco mode, which I hate, and there's a well-balanced comfort mode, and there's dynamic mode, which is my favorite because it pipes gas engine sounds through the cabin. Really glad Jaguar did that, because driving the I-PACE is like being locked up in an isolation chamber. Your mind just wanders. You hear your stomach gurgle. You start thinking about past transgressions in your life. You got ex-boyfriends, ex-girlfriends. It's kind of too quiet in here. Luckily, the I-PACE wakes you up with the slightest tug on the wheel. It corners and grips at ridiculous levels, and I've been driving in wet conditions on winter tires. Its control and poise are phenomenal. The turn-in, the steering feel, the adaptive dampers balancing between a plush ride and responsive handling. It's next level. The only thing, the brake pedal gets a little soft and artificial feeling at lower speeds as you're about to stop. It also makes some weird noises. There's no paddle to adjust regenerative braking on the fly, but you can select from 2 settings. On high, the motors provide enough friction that you'll hardly use the brake pedal. And you can choose whether the I-PACE creeps forward at idle like a normal automatic car or doesn't. Here's the not so fun part. The EPA rates the I-PACE at up to 234 miles per charge. When I got the car, it was fully charged, but it only indicated 210. And that's because the computer is compensating for how you've driven over the past 500 miles, and also where you're going now. So it's really trying hard to be accurate in the real world. If you use the climate control and other accessories, the mileage drops. If you're driving in the cold or up hills, the mileage drops. That's normal life with an electric car. But the I-PACE is less efficient than other EVs. It's EPA rated at the gasoline equivalent of 80 miles per gallon city, 72 highway, and 76 combined. Tesla and other EVs are rated above 100. That means the I-PACE consumes more energy per mile than many other EVs. It also takes a long time to recharge if you don't have access to a DC fast charger. Now, on that 100 kilowatt connection, Jaguar estimates you can go from dead to 80% in just 40 minutes. But those stations are rare. On a level 2 connection with about 230 volts, you'll need about 8 hours to fully recharge. On a household outlet, figure 2 days or even more. No exaggeration. Now, I'm still testing the range while we're shooting this video, so to find out how well the I-PACE did, check out my full review at cargurus.com. For the first time in a modern Jaguar, the navigation system includes voice recognition. Woohoo, it's 2019, and that's good, but typing the address is still quicker. The 4G connection can bring up online results. It can show 360-degree views of your destination, and you can quickly share that location by email or text. The nav will automatically calculate if you don't have enough range to reach that destination and reroute you to the nearest charging stations. It'll also show you the exact connector and if the station is available. You can choose when the car warns you to recharge, and you can also activate a low power mode to further conserve. You can precondition the cabin on your schedule so that it's cool in the summer and warm in the winter. This is all really smart tech, and it's easy to set up. You can configure the instrument panel several ways, and I like that you can show the map off to one side and driver assist on the other. And speaking of assist, the I-PACE does a good job of semi-autonomous driving, the best in any Jaguar so far. It can steer itself on marked highways and keep its distance without jerking you around, but it's not as advanced as a Tesla or Mercedes-Benz. The I-PACE starts at $69,500 with plenty of standard equipment, including an air suspension, panoramic roof, navigation, and a full suite of active safety features, including lane keep assist. RHSE with the cooled performance seats, wheels, and head-up display costs $89,340 with destination. That's a lot. A Tesla Model S 75D promises more range with similar performance, but Tesla interiors are just junk. A Model 3 can outgun the I-PACE, but its build quality is atrocious. The BMW i3 it's not even worth comparing. The I-PACE is a good deal at $70,000, but it's a true luxury car at $90,000. And keep in mind, right now, there aren't many luxury EVs on sale. The 2019 Jaguar I-PACE doesn't try to make excuses for being an electric car. It's a luxury performance car that just doesn't have a gas engine. Everything, the speed, the handling, the style, the tech is top-notch. But the driving range, the charging time, the battery life, that's all a work in progress. Right now, this Jaguar doesn't erase the major disadvantages of owning an electric car. But if you're still considering a Tesla, you should give this Jag a try. For full details, check out my review at cargurus.com and be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.